money is being spent on mental health care for armed forces veterans. Excuse me. And the system falls far short of what's actually needed. That's the damning finding of a report by senior MPs, which said an ITN News survey estimating 80 veterans killed themselves last year highlighted the scale of the problem. MPs call for a world-class treatment centre for mental health injuries to be built within 18 months, and also for a greater focus to be put on the mental health of veterans' families. Garen Vincent put the findings to Viv Johnston, whose son served in the Special Forces and took his own life last year after battling PTSD.
Danny Johnston was an exceptional soldier. He served in Afghanistan as an infantryman and then in the Special Forces. When he left the army, he kept that broad smile, but behind it there was a deep despair which drove him out into the woods last summer, where he hanged himself.
He had nowhere to turn. I think he honestly had his back in a corner and had no one to turn to. He was so alone in his fight against his demons. He couldn't even talk to me, and I was his mum. We really need to make sure that there are no more Dannys out there. We got to get them the help that they need.
The government has allocated some money for veterans' mental health care, but MPs have described it as a shamefully small amount. The Ministry of Defence says it is trying to tackle the stigma around asking for help throughout the military community, but the true extent of the mental health crisis among veterans remains unknown. There are, for example, still no official figures for the number of ex-service personnel who have taken their own lives. Charities we've spoken to think that at least 80 veterans killed themselves in the UK last year.
This tsunami of PTSD and mental health has been caused by our own lack of investment. Only in the last year or two has the actual British Army started to look at mental health in a completely different way.
Gary set up his charity in the grounds of an old fort outside Portsmouth a few months ago. It's a refuge for veterans in crisis to come and practice some old skills.
Give you a safe haven just for that, even if it's just one night, because you can't cope with something that's happened or something triggers a memory off. You know you've got somewhere safe to be.
The Parliamentary Committee found that most veterans leave the army with no ill effects, but not enough is being done for those who carry their trauma with them. And too often now, their loved ones are left to wonder why. Geraint Vincent, ITV News, Portsmouth.